Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to Monday, June the 30th, the very, very last day of June. Can you believe that tomorrow is already July 1st? What in the holy heck? Summer solstice is already passed. Days are getting shorter, although the sunset hasn't changed. It's the morning seems to be where the big change is. I think we might have lost a minute or two. I think. I haven't been paying attention. It was 92 degrees today. I mean, smoking hot. Even the dogs didn't want outside. But that ain't gonna be the end of it. It'll get warmer. It has been the last few years. 92 degrees would be a very hot day in the summer in the Pacific Northwest. Nowadays, man, even 102 isn't a record by no means. Man, is it beautiful out here, though. But yeah, I have literally spent the entire day. I mean, the whole day. I mean, I took a break here and there and had lunch and watched a little boob tube, just watching historic stuff about NASCAR and stuff on YouTube, and, you know, just clearing my head a little bit here and there. Yesterday's vlog, huge challenge. I filmed a whole lot at the event there at Westport, and man, I just got too many kids in there. I hear music playing, and so that's that. Well, you're gonna see that before you see this, so I don't know why I'm talking to you about it, but yeah, it got butchered a bunch. I was gonna do the first service on the Pan America, pull the rear caliper off and see what's going on. I think it's just fibers coming off of the pads. It's probably just due to all the mountains we're, you know, coming down. You know, I'm not really a big brake dragger, but, you know, that kind of sustained speeds for all that time going up and down in hills. I don't know. And I haven't gone that far with the bags anywhere either. So maybe it's just something that's naturally happening. It seems like it's, you know, fibrous, but, you know, those pads are what a lot of people refer to as centered pads. They look like a chunk of brass is what they look like. If you ever put new pads on anything that's modern, they use, you know, the modern centered pads, which it just looks like a chunk of brass on there. Looks like it's been kind of ground up and then like crushed back together, kind of. It's definitely a lot of brass in it. So I've been working on that. It's been my day so far. But yeah, that ride, crazy fun. Wasn't all that far. I ain't even calculated the miles. I don't know, total round trip, probably around 300 miles or so. I don't know, with all our goofing around. Not that far at all. I mean, a 300-mile day is a short trip, but then you see how she works out, and, you know, quite frankly, see, you know, I'm pretty sure I've spent enough seat time on that Pan America to know, but nice confirmation, you know, in the heat and in the cold, and we had a little bit of everything. The only thing we didn't have was rain, although the fog got so thick it was almost misty at times. But yeah, it was absolutely just wonderfully comfortable. Kelly's, that was the last thing that she had any concerns with. The seat's very comfortable for her. It's just when she spins, we go on those longer days goofing around, you know, her back starts to ache. And she goes, there's just something I could just... All I can do is just like touch my back, and that'll be enough to, you know, just take that little, you know, that forward arch she does with her back. That's just the way she's shaped. But yeah. So yeah, she's perfectly happy. We ended up not moving that thing. She just rearranged things in her. Well, she had literally everything, big water bottles and everything else in her backpack, and she goes, I got the whole trunk back here. I'll just stick that in my trunk and then just move things around. But she likes it. She goes, you know, I think I'm going to have you leave it here for a while before you make any changes. I said, that sounds good. You figure out what you want to do. It's sad that I used to be able, actually that tree right there was not even there. That was a pit. That was a burn pit. And I think Ryan's thinking we're going to do the burn pit right in there, but probably easier to see right there. But it's going to have to be a time of year that, you know, it's dry enough that, and all that grass out here, it'd be crazy dangerous to try to burn that. He set this field off with all that hay, I guess you could call it, drying out like that. That's going to be a problem with a fire anyway. But anyway, my glasses. I pulled out that old pair of prescriptions that I have, and I mean they work fine. The prescription isn't absolutely perfect, but I mean I can really see clear out of them. I just didn't remember what the problem was. Well, the glasses, you know, they set your normal vision should be in the center, and you know, on that part, and just the reading stuff towards the bottom. Well, the center part is very shallow, and I tend to look over just the way I wear my glasses, even if I put them flush against my face. Where the far vision part is too low in the glasses. It was crazy low the first time. I had to take it back. I mean, they were just unusable. The reader part, I had to literally put my head straight up in the air. So they went back and fixed them. They were better, but I just couldn't. When I drive, I have to lift my head higher than, you know, proper posture. But I tend to kind of tip my head down a little bit when I, just my normal thing. I point down ever so slightly, or it seems that way. Because like these glasses, my readers, you know, if I stick them on my face, I was just pushing them up. I mean, I really can't see nothing when I do that. But when I push them up, you know, I tend to look toward, I see the top of the rims. I don't look through the center. The center for me would be like right in there, you know, but I'm looking, you know, I can see the rim of the glasses as I'm looking forward. But it would be really weird riding a motorcycle. So I'm going to have to make an appointment, get all that done. But Kelly's already, she had so much fun. She's already looking at making the next trip. Possibly this next weekend, because Friday's the 4th. So next weekend is another long weekend. And she's got plans, a thing that she loves. It's where her mother was born. And if you guys remember where I've said she was born, you guys know where we're going, but I'll just leave it a secret again. Yeah, so she's already got like places sorted out and looking at and everything else. But a big clump of grass out there, I know you probably can't see it, but it looks like something's laying there, but it's not. I see other chunks like that out there too. There's like 2 more of them. It's just, I think because it was building up in his whatever you call it, brush hog attachment. But yeah, you can still see it. Hi, Danny boy. Oh, I gotta go roll in the grass a little bit. Now as I walk this way, it's gonna disappear on me. But those trees, you know, we couldn't hardly see it at all. And then they cut all those trees, and then it stood out. Actually, this is like a perfect spot for it. You know, this thing was actually slightly zoomed. Even with that thing, Mountain Air just absolutely looks tiny out there. It's just crazy how big she looks sitting here. Yeah, I think it was set at 1.2 times zoom. I must accidentally hit that thing sometimes. So if you thought it was wide before, it got a little more wider now. But that's, I mean, any zoom in this thing is digital zoom. Remember Ryan and I, we'd have the round bells out here in different places because the daggum horses would would fight over them. So we had like 2 different ones out here, and they had one over here. And we'd go flat tracking around those things, and there was some jumps over there. Danny, look at you. You're covered in grass. Magoo, you are a Magoo. He's done got him a hot spot back there. And what's funny is his, I guess, cousin, Cooper, Ryan's dog, exactly the same spot. And they were able to get him into a vet, and it says that he gets hot spots from like flea bites. So we got the medicine that actually their vet said to use. It's something you get over the counter. And yeah, you got to keep spraying it. But he almost needs a ring on him, because he's now learned that the taste of it isn't so bad, and he keeps licking it off. It gets better, and then he gets the chewing on again, it comes right back. But we haven't had to deal with fleas. We give them flea pill things. I think it's once a week or once every, I don't know. Kelly does all that stuff. And so, I mean, have no fleas. None of the dogs have fleas. You know, Sasha and Leo's really easy to see if you get through his fur. You know, get him upside down, petting his belly. You know, they're all around their groin area. And Sasha, none of them got any fleas. So I don't know. Just don't know. We need to get our little weed whackery thing out and clean those blackberries right against the barn entrance there. You watch him, if he sees something, he'll go. He squats and stalks exactly like a cat. It is the funniest thing watching that goofy dog. But anyway, it was great to get out playing around with Raylyn. She's always ever so, I hear her now, she's ever so present. So we were hanging out playing with her. Those are nice little breaks from doing those videos. I love doing the videos, and I love what comes out of them. But man, when you do them like that, that's a lot of footage to go through. That's what's left of an old burn barrel. They used to sit out there. There's a big bank out there, and that was it's still there. It's a backdrop for doing your plinking and stuff. But that barrel used to be in between the 2 humps over there. But all the fir trees grew so big that we quit burning out there. Now they've just, I mean, they're way big. They were just little small trees when we moved in here. There's a pine tree in there too somewhere. I don't know, that's it. It's like a little northern pine, the little short needle ones. But yeah, it's crazy how big those trees have gotten. Well, 18, almost 19 years goes, a lot of things grow in that amount of time. It's nuts. It's like that tree farm. Those tallest trees you see right there, they weren't even, I don't think they were even as high as me. It looked like a crop out there when we first moved in. Then the lady that lived here, a boyfriend of hers helped her with the tree farm out there. And that son of a gun came back through here, cut the fence on that far end, which I mended like, a month or so after. I mean, we went to work. Kids are at school. We're at work. Come back, we're driving down the road. I think we're here about 5 or 6 days or so. And I go, what the heck? The fence is cut down. So get all my stuff. I go out there and I fix the fence and go walking through there, and he stole a bunch of the trees. Hi, Sachi. Hi, Shishi. It's finally cool enough. I mean, I didn't want outside or nothing. Oh, good Lord. It's getting towards 8 o'clock. She's thinking it's her walk time. Ready to go for a walk? Sorry. You ready? Yeah, that's what she's doing. It'll start her woo-wooing and drive me nuts here in a minute. But anyway, I'm going to go pet her here for a second. I haven't been anywhere. You got to give me the whole smell down. Huh? Oh, little face rubbed, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. When she was a little puppy, she would lean like that and flop her rear end, and she'd be like butt first in my face, then she'd fall in my lap and then lay upside down and get her little belly rubs and stuff. And almost 8 years later, she still thinks she can do that. Little chesty scratch and belly rub is good at any old time, huh? Oh, you crazy old dog. Danny, what are you doing? Danny loves going on the walks too. He used to, I think I've said that already before, he used to come occasionally, or he'd follow us halfway and then bail out. He comes all the way down. It's funny, they know where we come to the end, where the road kind of takes a left, but the driveway forks off to the right. Him and Sasha know that's the end point. We turn around and come back. I tell you, it's definitely helped me. I noticed, at first, her dragging me, my legs, and for some reason my right hip would start to ache. Just think that resistance of her pulling. And anyway, walking briskly and stuff like that, just trying to get, things are rushing, trying to do what the doctor wants you to do. He didn't say anything about walking fast, but he said, don't just, walk really slow. Well, I don't have a problem with that. Take Sasha with you. The only time it's a little slow is Raylyn, when she comes. She runs half the way and then she gets distracted and slows down. It's like, we got to go, Raylyn. And anyway, there was 2 days I didn't go Friday night. And then obviously I didn't go, I did go Friday night. I just did do it Saturday night or Sunday night, last night. No, it was Friday night and Saturday night, because I did go last night. And man, just taking a couple of days off, I'm just thinking, man, it's like it's making me more tired than it is anything else. Well, man, I felt as brisk as a young kid. I was just almost hippity hopping down through there. I was telling Kelly when I got back, I think it's helping quite a bit. Because I feel like I'm gaining strength. I didn't think, walking, because my doctor can share your stuff, how many steps you take in a day, how many flights of stairs and stuff like that. And going up and down that hill, that's some good exercise for your legs and everything else. Plus, the harder it gets, the harder it is to go rushing up that hill when you're in a hurry to get to the top. You're like, dang, it's hot out here. Well, I don't know, the walk, it was fine, but, my hip started hurting on the right side. And then after my hip started hurting, I noticed, because, I swing my right leg over the seat of a motorcycle when I get on. And it felt like it was getting harder to swing my leg over. I'm going, man, I think this walk is hurting me more than it's helping me. But I noticed, the last 2 days on, living off the motorcycles, that I was getting on and off a whole lot easier. And I'll leave. You'll see it again before you see this, but the video's not done. Man, we need some tall ladders, because there's some serious cherries in those trees. But anyway, when I was showing you the battery, I'll put a little. Well, you'll see it. I said never to be seen again. Well, I put my tank bag on and I set that battery towards the back of the seat just to let it cool down. And I had my tank bag unzipped, because I got the little mesh thing on the inside is where I've been keeping that battery. And anyway, we I don't know how far, we left the event. I don't know, probably maybe 8 to 10 miles down the road. All of a sudden, something bounces up, hits me on the inside of my thigh, And I'm like, and I hear, I kind of hear a thump and then a whack. And I look back and there's something black spinning down the highway. And oddly enough, Kelly's seen it in her mirror. She goes, "What was that?" I said, "I don't know. Some black thing just come up off the road and smacked me in the, underside of my thigh and went flipping down the road." So when we stopped at the gas station, I'm looking all around. I go, "Well, nothing fell off of it." She goes, "That was weird. I seen that thing going down the road." She goes, "It was black and spinning." I go, "Yeah." I said, my first thought was it was my little rubber lens cap the little square lens cap that I have on the GoPro. And well, I keep that in that same little zipper pouch and mesh pouch, under the lid of the tank bag. And I lift the thing and I see the rubber thing and I shut the lid back down, never occurs to me I don't see the battery sitting in there. And so I get home, I'm sorting all my stuff out, putting everything away. And I go, yeah, I need to charge that battery because, I've been using it since yesterday and burnt the thing out, by letting it run I said it was over an hour. It was like 58 minutes is what the file size was. And there was like maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes at the beginning of that I want to save. It just takes so long to transfer a file that big because 5.3 gigabytes, that is a huge, huge file, being that long. But anyway, so I got the battery, the second battery. I got the GoPro and the charger, and I went to grab the other one and set it next to it to remind me to charge the battery I let run out. Can't find the battery. And I'm like freaking out. I'm looking in everything. I'm looking through my rear trunk. I said, well, maybe I just do it. Maybe I just do it in the rear trunk. No. Don't have the battery. And then all of a sudden it just comes on me. I go, oh my Lord. The thing that went bouncing down the road. And then I remember that I didn't remember that picked that thing up off the back of that seat. So that thing must have just slid around, kind of slipped off the right side, hit the ground, probably started spinning, and then made it ricochet up, smacked me in the leg, and there, literally seen it going down the road. Yeah, so I always get that little 2-pack brick, for the GoPros, and keep those in that, and it's a nice place to keep them, number one, and it's a little charge thing, so you can charge extra batteries, while you're doing stuff with your GoPro. You just have it in one of your bags and a little, charge brick and charge them. So anyway, ordered that, and because that quantity of lithium batteries, because it's 2 batteries in a case, it's new and on sale if you got the GoPro subscription. But anyway, that's ordered, and it says because of the quantity of lipo lithium ion batteries, they can't ship these any other way but ground. But California doesn't take that long. But I won't be at work on Friday and I have everything sent there because it always takes an extra day coming here because it's got to go to Seattle first and then come back down. But anyway, so I'll have 2 new batteries and a little case to hold them. So I have 3 batteries altogether. It was actually, if it's cheaper than buying 2 batteries and you get the case. So, and they just came out with that new battery, so they're not likely to change it for a while. The other one lasted since they came out with the Hero 7? I think it was the last battery change. I think the 7. Somewhere in there, a long time ago. But be interesting to see what they do for the Hero 14. If you watch Nora Lee, Itchy Boots, she uses GoPros only. Well, she uses the Insta360 camera. But I was paying attention to her and going through dark areas and stuff. I'm going, there's something different about that GoPro. Well, I know for a fact she gets stuff beforehand. I'm telling you, there's something different with the latest footage of her. She's in Wales and she's going down some dark areas and stuff. And I'm like, Yeah, that's not normal GoPro stuff. That thing's exposing way too well. Well, you know, they're not just gonna, this processor and everything else in this, I think last time it changed was the Hero 11, maybe the 10, and it's just aged out. Technology moves on, and Insta360 and DJI have made action cameras actually work halfway decent at night. Anyway, I'm gonna bounce at this. I'm making this thing too long, and I'll get with Mama here and we'll do a goodbye before it's too long. Maybe here right quick, because I think I need to take Shishi for a walk, because she's sitting there waiting. Well, hello there, you two. Only went in there for a few minutes. Went here, got me a drink of water, and Mama went and did something, and out we are out here. Because I'm gonna do it before I take her for the walk, because little Miss Ray Ray wants to come today.
Aw.
You coming?
Monkey.
So, yeah, the walk will take a little bit longer, so I don't want to wait too late. But anyway, very relaxing day. I kept looking out, I'm building vlogs, and Mama's taking herself a couple of little sneaky naps out there.
I know, I drifted off.
Yeah, all that fresh air and fun riding on a motorcycle will relax you like no other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that lasts for a couple of days. That's a good recharge.
Mm-hmm.
Really good recharge. But anyway, on that, I'll take old Shishi for a walk, and I guess with Raylan as well. Oh, she's actually got some shoes on? Or is that her sandals? Okay. But anyway, we're going to roll with that.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up. You guys have an amazing Tuesday or Wednesday.
Thank you. We'll see you in the morning.
We see you then.
Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.